What? Tremors? What?
I have found you at last! The defiers who are causing the distortion of space!
Who are you?
I am Palkia. I hold sway over space. I have dominion over dimension.
Palkia? You're Palkia?
Cannot escape now. This is the end of you. Ah!
What? Where is this?
This is my domain. How would you rate my gamer setup? Spatial Rift!
What? This is Spatial Rift?
You dare distort space without my permission? There's a whole form and everything you're supposed to fill out first! And you need your parents' permission too. I will be rid of you now.
What?
This is the end.
What are you doing? There's absolutely nothing behind us. Ah!
I fell. However, there is no escaping me. It's over 9,000!
Ah! Ow. Are you okay, Harmonia? Looks like we landed somewhere else. But this is all such a shock. Who knew things would turn out this way? I don't understand. Why did Palkia suddenly attack us? He seemed to be bellowing about the distortion of space. Palkia seemed to know that we caused the distortion of space. And then he attacked us. But I don't understand why. There's no mistaking one thing. Palkia is trying to get rid of us. He might attempt another attack. We should get out of here as soon as we can. Let's go as soon as we're ready, Harmonia. Alright, well, we made it to Spatial Rift. But yeah, there's a Kangaskhan rock here because Palkia needs to do inventory management too. What, you think the god of space doesn't need to manage his inventory sometimes? This is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon we're talking about. Everybody needs to manage their inventory from time to time, you know? Don't judge there. But yeah, I love how much of a ham Palkia is. Dialga also talks in all caps, but he's very chill and is only in all caps because he's so big. Palkia is just genuinely yelling everything as being needlessly dramatic. Yeah, Palkia is a bit of a drama queen. Palkia is super chill. He takes things like at a slow and steady pace. He is the master of time. He has all the time in the world. Palkia is just pissed as hell. He's like, what are you doing in my space? The entire world is my gamer room. What are you doing in my room? I'm playing Minecraft. Is what Palkia is always pissed about. So that's Palkia in a nutshell. Spatial Rift. All right, let's go. Let's go. These X-ray specs are great. Why did I put them on earlier? I should have put them on 3,000 years ago. No, well, there's the quick attack, I guess. But yeah, Yoink collects a Poké for every time a god tried to kill me. I have 2 Poké, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Yeah, that really is the case, isn't it? Blowback Orb. Cool. Who's this? You can use Ominous Wind to hit me from 2 tiles in the hallway to reach the room? What kind of next level Pokemon Mystery Dungeon BS is this? This game is actually rigged. I don't know what to tell you. This game sucks. But yeah, with the way Pokemon's going, can't see them keeping that part of the game because they want to keep it family friendly. No, if they did a remake of this, they would probably just keep it the same way with the same censored words like disappear and whatnot. And I'm glad that what Mortis is doing there isn't something that we have to deal with in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon here, at least. Like, they left Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 1 with Rescue Team DX completely uncensored. Like, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 1 does not go as hard as 2 does, but still, they left that one, well, to the same level of censorship as the original Rescue Team. So I imagine they do the same here if this gets Explorers DX, which it hopefully does. Hopefully so. Dang it, I keep wanting to go diagonal and not going diagonally.
Time to die, silly Magnezone, silly Magnet Man. See you later, silly nerd. Time to die.
Vulpix is cuter than Jolteon. Get out here, Jolteon.
Be gone, thought.
This way, this way. What's this? I don't need the stamina band. I don't believe. Oh, sweet! Palkia keeps gummies in this spatial rift. Cool. You'll love to see it. Let's keep on going down. Oh, I didn't even notice that max elixir, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, whoops, what am I doing? Where am I going? Who knows? Yeah, get that Jolteon. Cool. Okay. Is this dungeon theme used elsewhere, or is this just the spatial rift theme? I don't remember. It sounds familiar. It's gotta be used elsewhere, right? Is this the, same theme that plays when you're in the future and stuff? Here's your Explorers remake. It's Time in Darkness with Nothing from Sky. Also, we got the post-game. That'll be 60 hours. I swear, we've talked about it a decent bit during this playthrough, as well as, like, BDSP and Legends Arceus, I'm fairly certain. Let's please not jinx it. Let's please not have that happen, because I swear. But yeah, the word suicide isn't explicitly used, so it can be seen as a heroic sacrifice a la Chrono Trigger to a child who wouldn't understand the concept, so they don't have to censor it. Yeah, they don't have to censor. Well, it's already censored the way that it currently is, by saying, you know, what if we really do have to disappear, rather than do we really have to kill ourselves, which would be, yeah, that would be like an instant M rating right there, is probably, ooh, why that can't be used, is the case. Let's go ahead and munch this, I guess. Yeah, that's an instant M rating. In fact, that's like far enough over the line that I don't even know if I can, like, I feel uncomfortable even saying that, especially considering, you know, the stuff that Twitch bans people for saying there. Like, that's a bit far on the line there, is the thing. So, yeah, I can't see Pokemon ever doing that, but like the current level of censorship, I can see them doing that again. Remember that time that I threw the Warp Orb instead of using it, and I lost a run to that? That was fun times. Let's please never have that happen again. You bought BSP so we could do whatever we want, I swear. Like, all the Pokemon spin-offs on the Switch thus far have been good. Like, Rescue Team DX, Pokken Tournament, which I guess, you know, it was originally on the Wii U, to be fair, and new Pokemon Snap. The Pokemon spin-offs on the Switch so far have been good, in my opinion. Boop, I'll just go ahead and do that. It's just the main series games that have been sketchy as heck, is all it is. Like, there's a lot of people that looked at my Pokemon video essays and are just like, oh, you just don't like it because you just grew up. You're just, like, not the target audience anymore, so naturally it's not fun for you. I'm still loving the spin-offs. Spin-offs are still great. It's just the main series. Also seems very strange how it specifically, with the transition from the, my goodness, this is like a freaking Baby's First Monster House. This is what this is. What the heck? This is like a not monster house, but is a monster house, is what this is. What the heck is this? My goodness gracious. But yeah, also strange how it would start having issues with the main series games just after the Switch era started. There's worried people buying BSP shows them how little effort they can put in. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. It's the unfortunate truth there. Dang it, why do you have so much health, Charizard? You know, one of my favorite things to think about Gen 9 coming up is I can't wait to see how many new forms Charizard is gonna have, you know? I can't wait. That's what I'm hyped for about, no, Scarlet and Violet. Wow, enemies should not get multi-hit moves in this game. But yeah, let's just see here. I mean, mentioning suicide isn't a rated M immediately thing, but... Because Final Fantasy VI explicitly shows a suicide on screen. That's not M, I think it's T, really. But I think, you know, you and your partner asking one another if they should off themselves, like directly, and debating this with each other might be a bit, you know, further than even that. Like, that sounds pretty far. But I think a game in which the main characters are debating whether or not to off themselves is kind of very out there and very surprising that it's happened in a Pokemon game, you know? Why couldn't I go diagonal there? Sucks. Now let's see here. Legends Arceus wouldn't be affected because it was near the end of development. You're saying near the end of development for what would be a Explorer's DX if one is in the works. Should I just use a max elixir? Screw it. I'm yoinking this. Taking this. I've used so few max elixirs throughout this playthrough. I keep on conserving them so much. I just have like a bazillion in storage at this point. Let's punch this random toxic rook, I guess. This is what we shall do. Falcon punch. This is what we do. Wow, there's a lot of rooms here, isn't there? Chaton! Clearly everyone's favorite Pokemon, according to Game Freak. Wow, are you kidding me right now? Thank goodness I brought like Petrify Orbs in and stuff. Alright, how about you guys just like don't, maybe? How about you just don't? Why is Drowsy not affected? Also, why is Drowsy here? Okay, well, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, man wasn't affected by BSP selling well and seeing it. Oh, gotcha. I didn't mean to go that far. At least it wasn't a PP0 trap. Yeah, at least Legends Arceus is a fun game, but yeah, it is also very unfinished. Is the case. Look at all the gummies in here. I want the gummies. Did I really need to bring the key in here? Did I really need to do that? All right, let's use some things. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't, they probably wouldn't edit that. It probably would just be left like the current level. I don't think they'd uncensor it more than it currently is. I don't think they'd censor it more than it currently is. I think that'd just be the same. Well, you know what? Screw this one Charizard in particular. Well, I almost ate it. That was really close. I was mashing A little bit fast. I would have been so mad if that happened. I'm really glad I didn't do that. It would have been really funny. Like, in hindsight, it would have been really funny. But I'm really glad it didn't happen. My goodness. Alright, let's go ahead and save our adventure. Sweet! Alright, this is going swimmingly thus far. I did have to use a Petrify Orb, but hey, that happens. That's what happens when you're playing Pokemon Memery Dungeon. Oh, crap. Ah! Sometimes it be like that. Okay. I see you plotting. I see you plotting over there. Cool. Okay, this side. No! No! How do I not use a dainty box? Doesn't it just, like, lose its stickiness after the thing is over anyway? And then I can just, like, open it regardless. And whatnot. Oh, cool! I love Reviver Seeds! Like, one of my favorite things to stockpile. I don't need this many apples, right? Probably. Yeah, and the replacement for the GTS, the GWS, still isn't out. It is, at the time of streaming this, it is past midnight, so it's currently March 6th, 2022. And it still doesn't have the GWS. Because they were just like, yep, just ship it in whatever state it's in, and we'll put in the rest later. Is the, and there's a lot of games that do that. It's not just Pokemon. There's a lot of games that have this mentality of ship now and fix later, unfortunately, as the interrupts is given a lot of companies the excuse to do. Like, I've never played any games like Call of Duty or Battlefield or anything like that, but I've heard from people who do play those games regularly, those annual release games, that apparently those games release in a state where it feels very unfinished. It takes 6 months until it finally feels like it's a flushed out and done game. But then in 6 months from there, the next game comes out. So the development cycle is like, you know, a game comes out, oh gosh darn it. It sucks right now, but it'll be pretty good in 6 months. But then 6 months after that, there's a new game anyway. Ah, cool. So I can just go ahead and fix that situation. I worry that Pokemon's kind of becoming like that, except without the fixing it as of 6 months later. Except without that aspect. But yeah, Pokemon is literally just becoming the new COD/Battlefield. Ship it unfinished. It'll be a finished game that's a lot more playable and fun 6 months down the line. But the next 6 months, the next game comes out. Or in the case of Pokemon, the next 3 months, considering Legends Arceus came out just 3 months apart. And now the, you know, the next game of Scarlet and Violet is coming out later this year. So, you know, there's that. There's that. They must have hired a bunch of executives from Ubisoft. Yeah, that's what it must have been. Well, let's see. That sells like 20. Did it really sell 20 million? Is what BDSP sold? You know, the biggest, gosh darn it. One of the biggest rebuttals that I get on video essays, like my main Pokemon essay and my BDSP video essay, is just, you're wrong because it sold well. all these bad things you're saying about the game, you're wrong because it sold well. That is one of the most frequent rebuttals that I get in the comments of those videos. Is that a monster house? It's not. I'm honestly a little bit surprised. Honestly, a little bit surprised about that. So, you know, there's that. They're clearly awesome games because look how well they sold. Yeah, it has nothing to do with like branding and the power of an IP and marketing or anything like that. Yup. Clearly the number of something sold pertains directly to quality. That sounds about right there. What thing do I want to use on you for funsies here? Get out of here. See ya later. But yeah, it's selling well is the depressing part for me because it shows what little they can do. Yep. When you once you get to a certain level in, you know, the size of your IP and your branding, being good becomes optional, and that can be attributed to more things than just Pokemon. Take things like Battlefield or Call of Duty that we've been talking about lately. That just, from what I hear, again, I've never played Battlefield or Call of Duty myself, but from what I hear from people who do play those games, they say they just basically ship out the same game every year, but worse each time. Or take even other industries like freaking Disney, for example. A whole bunch of live action remakes of old animated movies, for example. I've never seen them, but I haven't exactly heard very good things about them. And it sounds like they were just kind of made just to make a buck. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of things in this world where it's like once you become big enough, being good and like becoming like continuing to improve on yourself just kind of becomes optional, sadly. Because people recognize your brand name and are gonna trust you a lot more than the other guy. Look how many freaking gummies I got! I'm stockpiling them because I want the additional stats that they'll raise if I use them at the Spinda Cafe. My goodness, there's a bazillion gummies in this dungeon! Yeah, let's see here. Do you know why, but you feel Scarlet and Violet is gonna have DLC? Oh my good, wait, what? What did you hit me with? I did so much damage, I looked away, I looked at the chat! Screw it, I'm just eating this one now because I have so many gummies at this point. But I don't know why, but I feel like Scarlet and Violet is gonna have DLC similar to Sword and Shield. Just have that feeling. I thought that Legends Arceus was gonna have DLC, but then they revealed Scarlet and Violet. It was like, oh, okay. I guess Legends Arceus isn't having DLC. I guess Legends Arceus is having this like free update that introduces the massive mass outbreaks, which implies that maybe there was originally a DLC planned and they started working on that maybe. But then it was like, oh, let's do Scarlet and Violet on the side instead. So they're doing that as the next big main series game. I feel like Scarlet and Violet will probably have DLC. In that case, most likely. Why are there just a bazillion gummies in this dungeon? My goodness gracious. Okay, well, sure, let's eat this for funsies. Yeah, any other RPG dev team would kill to have sales like that. There's a Pokemon company who can do it effortlessly. Yep. Yeah, sales like 20 million. 20 million, yeah, that's what I meant to say. 20 million. Any other video game in general would kill to have sales like that. That'd be monumental for like, you know, 99% of most video games out there. Things that don't have, you know, incredible backings and fan followings like something like Elden Ring that was already gonna sell well no matter what. Most games aren't like that, is the thing. Like, I remember when Tales of Arise, for example, passed 1 million sales. That was a big celebration that they had. They even released like a special celebration art for 1.5 million sales. It was a big thing, you know? That was a big thing to be celebrated. And then there's Pokemon, who can just be like, hey, outsourcing company that's never made a video game before. You want to just like directly scale up this video game of ours from 2007? Great, thanks. And then it sells 20 million just like that, just because it has Pokemon on it. And, you know, the label of Diamond and Pearl. Pokemon and Diamond and Pearl, those two labels are the only reason, in my opinion, why freaking BDSP sold the way that it did. It's insane. Anyway, hello, Reggie Bub. How are you doing today? Dang it, you had to paralyze me! Uh-oh. Wow, thanks for watching carefully. That was really convenient. Like, if an Explorers DX remake ever comes out, no way that's reaching 20 million. It'll still sell pretty well because of the name of Pokemon. But without, you know, a label of main series Pokemon and without a label like Diamond and Pearl being, you know, the more niche spin-off thingamabob. There's no way an Explorers DX would sell 20 million. As hype as that would be, assuming it's a good remake, which I assume it would be, because Rescue Team DX is pretty nice, you know. But yeah, there's that. Live action remakes have a purpose beyond money, actually. Now, you're not a loyalist, but apparently it was to keep the older films from falling into public domain? Really? That sounds like something Disney would do. That sounds like something outlandish, but at the same time, that sounds exactly like something that Disney would do. Especially considering there's figures that should be in the public domain. Like, I know that's not related to the live action movies or the old school movies, but, you know, it shouldn't, gosh darn it. Something really interesting that I remember, no! One of my teachers when I was in high school when he was talking about like public domain and how, I forget what the time span is, but whenever something has been available for however long, now it's part of the public domain. After like the creator no longer exists or something like that. He's talking about like, shouldn't Mickey Mouse have been in the public domain like however many years ago? After Walt Disney passed away or whatever the heck. But you know, when you have so much money behind you like Disney, you can keep on rewriting the rules. It's kind of the thing where Bob are making special exceptions and stuff. As a thing. Special art for the ton of mons from Treasure Town, befitting how the hero and partner feel alone in the world. Huh. Something I never noticed there. Let me catch up on the other chat stuff here before we do the cutscene. Well, you heard to know if it's real, but every decade they remake a movie that's hit a 10-year mark, so the newer gen enjoy the movie, or for the, or whatever, the public, it wouldn't be 10 years for the public domain, I guess, so it wouldn't be for that reason in that case, but the stuff from back when, maybe. Meanwhile, Pokemon's like, lol, 20 million sales, thanks, and you get right for 0 post-game or extra stuff in newer games. Yep. There's so many RPGs out there that have like so much passion put into them. Like, I love Tales of Arise. There's only one thing that I hated about Tales of Arise, and that was its over monetization with like its in-game shop and stuff like that. The fact that you could buy levels in a single player game, that was dumb. So there were some higher ups there that moved that in a pretty dumb direction. But for the most part, that game was made with so much passion. I loved playing Tales of Arise. That was probably my game of the year for last year, I think. That was a really nice game. And that game, as I was saying earlier, it was so monumental when it hit 1 million and then 1.5 million sales. I don't know if it's hit 2 million yet, but I know that the team behind it was doing like a, you know, big celebrations for that. Like, whoa, that's awesome. And there's Pokemon that's just like, here, easy 20 million for like the easiest buck ever, essentially. But yeah, well, just put Pokemon in front of Bubsy 3D Millionaire. Well then. But yeah, oh, there's the thing about Treasure Town. Then you have the loyalist fans. See, guys, the company do care about giving us content by giving us so many games. They're trying to get us to buy so many things. That shows that they care about us. I don't know. Huh? Harmonia over there. And when I played Rescue Team DX, that felt like it had a lot of passion put into it as well. I loved Rescue Team DX. I didn't think it was perfect either. But Rescue Team DX, man. If I could play main series Pokemon games at the quality of Rescue Team DX, my goodness, I would love the current main series Pokemon games. It's a dead end. What should we do? This is as far as we can go. Tremors! And now that I've finally found you, boys, I'd like to buy all your chocolate. Palkia! Your resistance is useless. You will never escape from this place. Doing this kind of voice hurts my throat a little bit, or more so it makes it really dry. I should drink some water. I will reveal why. If you look behind door number 1, it is your fate to be obliterated by me. Here he comes, Harmonia. We have to fight. This is it. Should I have brought like a Violent and Vile seed to wreck you the same way I did Dialga? Gosh darn it, I didn't even think about that. I'm realizing it a little bit too late. Gosh darn it. Freaking, we're just gonna wreck him anyway with prison, so it doesn't matter all that much. But yeah, if you made a game and it sold over 1 million, that'd be the best day of your life. It'd be popping off for weeks, yeah. Or make a scam project like Pixelmon that sold like, it made like $80 million. Though that was just from like several thousand people buying it, just because like NFTs cost so much. For anybody not familiar with Pixelmon yet, I'm referring to the NFT quote-unquote metaverse game that I did a recent video essay on, not the Minecraft mod. It probably took the same name as the Minecraft mod, just show up in like common search results. But yeah, just make something like Pixelmon and then freaking easy money. If you don't care about like number of sales, you just care about like how much you're selling it for, because people spend like tens of thousands of dollars for the loot boxes in that game that doesn't exist yet. They wanted the Pixelmon eggs to get a Pixelmon when the game eventually came out, and there is no game right now. But they say that there is going to be a game, so you should spend like $10,000 to get one of your Pixelmon. It's really silly. Do I have any item that I can jank you over with? I don't think I have a revisor seat. Dang, if I had a revisor seat, I would totally revisor seat you two. After we did it to Dialga, that was so funny. I'm actually so sad that I didn't bring a revisor seat in here. Dang, I'm sad. Whatever. I'm just gonna focus punch you. Whatever. 300? Look, Palkia can't do... What? Wait, what? What was the chat box? Hold on. Oh, there's window. No. Message log. He's in prison. Palkia can't move for... Okay, yeah, so that worked. Klexos didn't attack. Palkia's Intimidator IQ made it... Oh, Klexos was the one that cringed there. Didn't get to attack with a linked move, but, like, you still can't do anything. You still just can't do anything because you're in prison, because it's stupidly OP in this game. Imagine hitting Palkia with a Gone Pebble. Gosh dang, I should have brought a Gone Pebble. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna, once we get to the final boss of post game, I should just bring in like all the meme items I can think of. A Gone Pebble is beneficial though. I think it raises your defenses. I mean, we can give the final boss of post game the Gone Pebble anyway because it's funny, even if it helps him, you know. Okay, let's just go ahead and do this here. But yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX tries to make the game modern and goes for the most unique art style ever. Yeah, it was like a cool pop-up book. It looked like a drawing. I loved it. It so stood out. Like, they could have easily just taken the art style of PSMD, but they went with a new unique art style never before seen by the PMD series with this like cool drawing and pop-up book art style. It was so cool and so charming. BSP copy and paste with the original and make it glitchy as a mobile game. Guess which one is more successful? Yeah, the one that has the labels of main series Pokemon game, the next big main Pokemon game, and Diamond and Pearl. A game that, a title that people either remember fondly or know that other people remember fondly and have always wanted to try out. So of course it's gonna sell well because people have heard all about the original Diamond and Pearl and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see here. So only people whom you could donate to money to a charity like for Ukraine or spend it on this pointless loot box. What for Pixelmon? I mean, you can say that about like anything though, like anything that's not going towards, you know, somewhere where it could be more helpful. You can say that about anything that makes revenue, to be fair. But spending tens of thousands of dollars for an asset in a game that doesn't exist yet, and they tried to use the fear of missing out on people to be like, ah yes, you can only get a Generation 1 Pixelmon right now, and they called it themselves the core of their entire game. They said Generation 1 Pixelmon will be the core of the entire game. You can only get it now. And they started at a Dutch auction, which just means like highest bid takes it, at 3 Ethereum. So roughly like $8,500 to $9,000 US. It was ridiculous, and people bought into it. It was only after the Pixelmon hatched, like about a week ago at the time of doing this, a little bit over a week ago actually. And people saw how awful things were, because a lot of them were even just stolen assets, was the thing. Well, not stolen, bought assets that were like reskinned and sold as NFTs for thousands of dollars. So, imagine Palkia crying over his tragic past. Gosh, I wish I brought a Gone Pebble in here. That would have been so funny. But yeah, Palkia's angry it has its picture on the worst Pokemon game. Would I call BDSP the worst Pokemon games? I probably would, yeah. Thinking about it. I was just thinking, is there like any other games that I like really didn't like? Yeah, I think BDSP is probably it, honestly. Huh? Palkia stopped moving. What happened to him? Palkia has been enveloped by the nightmare. I assume this is Cresselia, just as Azurill has. A voice. Where's it coming from? Who are you? What do you mean Palkia has been enveloped in a nightmare? It means that the power of darkness has spread so much farther. If its growth remains unchecked, the world will become drowned in darkness. But you two... Would you two enter Palkia's nightmare? Wait, maybe this isn't Cresselia? I don't know. What? Palkia's nightmare? Yes. By entering his nightmare, you will learn why Palkia attacked you. So, what will you do? What'll we do, Harmonia? Should we go into the nightmare? I think we probably have to either way, right? Refuse. What? You won't go in? But if we don't do anything, we'll never be able to return to Treasure Town. We don't have any choice. We have to go into the nightmare. Fine, let's enter the nightmare. Fine, you've decided. I will send you into Palkia's nightmare. I would love to save my adventure. Oh, do mobile games count? Do mobile games count for potential worst Pokemon game? I don't know. Pokemon Unite might be up there. Pokemon Unite was kind of fun, but just the fact that it only had the one map outside of Quick Play and still does from what I hear, and you know, the prices on that thing, man, that maybe Unite, I don't know, if we're ever going into like the mobile or free game kind of territory. Speaking about free Pokemon games, Pokemon Duel was actually pretty cool. Pokemon Duel came out when I was in like my final year of high school or something like that, I think. I got into Pokemon Duel. And, you know, part of it was luck-based with the whole spinners and stuff. But I actually really like Pokemon Duel. It was super fun. And it's a game that not a lot of people talk about. And it had a story that wasn't exactly good per se, but it was good enough that it at least got you interested in what was going on. But they never even finished it because the game didn't get enough attention and they never bothered to finish the story and they shut down their servers. And it's so saddening. Pokemon Duel also has like really, really awesome music. I use it in some of my videos sometimes, here and there, some of the Pokemon Duel OST. Like, I haven't used any for a little while, but the Pokemon Duel OST straight up has to be like one of my favorite mobile game OSTs. So dang good. Pokemon Duel is underrated, and it's so sad that it got shut down, and that they never finished the story in it. I really wanted to see how it developed. I'm disappointed that it didn't. Anyway, but yeah, BSP says Sword and Shield, at least BSP has the fact that it's a rehash of another game and not the next step forward in the franchise. I guess maybe. It'd definitely be BSP for me, though. Sword and Shield is at least a new game. It feels better to. BSP is such a half-ass remake and Rose Platinum. Yeah, with Sword and Shield, I didn't like some of the business practices behind it and some of the quality and whatnot and some of the lack of content here and there. But I at least had fun playing it. I did not have fun playing BDSP. PMD Explorers, hope you grind it because I sure love my point of no return multi-dungeons. Yep, here we go. I think that the thing in the Nightmare coming up might just be cutscenes. I don't know if we stick in it super long. I don't know. I haven't done post-game in forever. I don't remember. But yeah, Sword and Shield is, from what you are familiar with it, is it outright bad? It's just disappointing. Yeah, I feel like that's a good way of putting it. We're classing BDSP alongside Pokemon Dash and Hey You Pikachu. I've never played Pokemon Dash. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it the thing there? And it's a fair point, Espers, for sure. Hey You Pikachu was hilarious to you. I've debated about doing a Hey You Pikachu on the channel before. Maybe we'll do it for like a charity event for a meme. Yeah, if the super duper diehard Pokemon community that doesn't like you criticizing any of the games ever sees any of these parts, my goodness, they'd freaking have it out. Have it out for me. Like, most people are reasonable. Most people are and don't mind you criticizing things. There's just some that really hate you doing it. Like, I've talked on this here before. It was when we were doing the thing Bob with the graduation, where I was talking about how there was a group that was harassing me for, I think it was like a month and a half at that point. It's been over 2 months now. It's been about a month it's been 2 months and a week, and it's still going on, by the way. That story that I told back then. So you gotta be careful who you say that you don't like some of the Pokemon games to. Otherwise, they'll take to every platform imaginable and just try to harass you for months and months on end because they can't stand the idea that anybody could possibly think that anything is wrong with Pokemon. At least with the group of kids that I got on the bad side of. So there's that. So that story from back then, yeah, it's still happening. Somehow. That's cool.